everybody. Welcome to Toad TV.
Hello.
I am Mary Beth.
I am Helen.
We are the Crafty Toads. We are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, where we dye yarn and make bags for where we make bags for creative people, crafters, all of you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so today is Thursday, January 9th. We're just a little bit late in our podcast from last week. We're very sorry.
We had a hell of a time getting back into the swing of things after the holidays.
Just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Did not want to do it. We should point out that you can find us all over as Toad Hollow NJ. The store is toadhollownj.com. We are on Instagram as Toad Hollow NJ. We are on Facebook as Toad Hollow NJ. We are on Pinterest, should you want to join us there, as Toad Hollow NJ. We also have a Facebook page, or a Facebook group that is called Crafting with the Toads, where you can come and join us and talk about all your crafty stuff and book stuff, because we are doing book club. Also, the New to You 2020 Make-Along, people are putting their stuff there. So yeah, that's where you come to talk to us about what you're doing new and different in 2020. That's my intro.
The chomping the dogs, they have been given their bribes and they're being exceptionally loud today.
Welcome to the land of Frizz.
Static Electricity Day.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, this is going to be perfect because this keeps falling off and it's just going to be a mess. Anyway, okay. We put up a post on Instagram that we were going to be making a donation to Australia to help with the fires. We're going to donate a portion of everything we make during the month of January. We had said that we would be donating to the Rural Brigade Association of Queensland, which is the firefighting company, and we are going to continue to do that. We also said that we would be donating to, I'm sorry, I have my notes, Port Macquarie Koala Rescue. However, they have
exceeded their ask by
millions.
Yeah, so
we found another one.
Right, we found another rescue that is much smaller and much more in need, as far as we're concerned.
As of right now, they've only raised about $16,000, so that
and their rescue was right in the center of the fires.
Right.
So
if you want to read something absolutely heartbreaking,
yeah,
go read about when they got back and they put the food out and they started coming out. The wombats started coming out
because they had to evacuate and they couldn't take all the wombat. Is it the Goongarra Wombat Hospital?
Orphanage.
The Goongarra Wombat Orphanage.
We're going to put a link down below in case you want to make a donation yourself. If you want to help out that way, they're a tiny little, I think, two-woman actually operation. And their orphanage was actually saved because one of their neighbors is a firefighter and he worked tirelessly to make sure that nothing happened to their building. So, we'll put the link down below, but it's the Goongarra Wombat Orphanage.
And we, I just wanted to give a little background. We went back and forth as to what we could do to help because there are all these sites, excuse me, I feel a little ridiculous talking about this with this on, saying that, certain hospitals, they need the koala mittens and then they need the Joey pouches. And so we were thinking, we could make stuff, but by the time we made stuff, would they still need it? And then there were conflicting reports coming out that, some people, they say we need koala mittens. The last thing we need are koala mittens. We've got more koala mittens than we know what to do with. So we decided that the best thing was a financial donation. It was, love you. So that was where we came down, and then we just had to decide where we were going to donate the money. So anything you buy from us in January, portions of that will be donated at the end of the month. So.
Questions and comments for the last two videos, because we had our last regular video and then we had our introduction to our new yarn. Stop. And these are questions and comments from both those videos. Okay. I had to take a quick break while somebody had a tantrum because I'm not paying attention to him. And then Dudley jumped up in both our laps and he's just walking back and forth right now. All right.
And you might be able to hear the purr.
Debbie Due to You says, have we heard of BookBub? Yes, we get emails from BookBub every day with our deals of the day.
Yeah, based on what our preferences are.
All right. Tracy Roberts said that she just finished the book Woman of Troublesome Creek, and she said it was really good. I'm just mentioning this because I thought it might be good to share with everybody in case you want to read it too. We have put it on our list because it looks interesting, and thank you very much, Tracy, for sharing that with us. DK said that if we want to stitch on felt, try using waste canvas over the top. Thank you very much, because I will look into that, trying and find that. Also, somebody else, Joanne Bogan, said that DMC water-soluble canvas, which may be the same thing, I have to look into it, would be a good idea if we want to stitch on felt. So I am going to look into that by next Christmas. Java Shop Cafe says that she loves the Toasty Toads when we were in our comfies, which I love. I think that's going to be our new thing. We are now the Toasty Toads.
Those things are dangerous.
Oh my God. We're not allowed to put them on unless it's the weekend. Because otherwise we go into a coma and we don't wake up until like 8 o'clock at night. And it's bad. It's really bad. My sleep schedule is off as it is.
I've made several threats this week. I'm putting my comfy on.
Yeah, I'm just putting my coffee on and just go. Okay. Cindy Surratt asked if we have a list of books that we recommended for anybody who is interested. We wrote a blog post about it. Helen did. She did a beautiful job with our blog post. If you go to the website, toadhollowNJ.com, there is a spot that says...
It says the Crafty Toads blog as a section. However, we will link that particular post down below. Cindy has also since asked on our Facebook page if there's a place where we have listed all the books we have mentioned since episode 1.5.
No.
That would be tantrum number 2.
Does anybody else have kids where, you start talking on the phone or you start talking like doing a podcast and they need your attention right then? The rest of the day, they don't want to have anything to do with you, but the minute you're doing something else.
We have furry ones, and it's just...
Man, are they
today in
today.
particular, jeez.
Anyway, we didn't do this last week, and we're out of practice. We're not the only ones.
We will, going forward, find a place to make a list of books that we have read and are reading.
Well, that ties
it would
into...
be a easy reference point for people. So,
well, actually, that ties into Sally Gilbertson's question, are we on Goodreads? And we have been pretty good from last year. I started midway through 2018 really being on top of it. But last year, we both were really good about it. So if you want to follow us on Goodreads, I am Mary Beth 494.
And I am Helen HG69.
So if you want to come and find us over on Goodreads and see what we're reading,
that's a good place to.
That's the best place to do it because we're good about listing them. Carol Waters wants to know if we would consider doing a book club podcast. We do have plans for doing book podcasts just because we have books that we want to talk about. However, we haven't had a chance to do it yet, but it is in the books.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to start with the Crawdads, where the Crawdads sing.
Right. And then we're going to do Red Bird of Christmas because I finished that, and let me tell you, I was a mess. An absolute mess. It is a wonderful book. Everybody should read it, but just have a box of tissues ready.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the next 3, if you want to be ready, it's going to be Where the Crawdads Sing, The Red Bird of Christmas, and we're going to do The Whole Town's Talking.
Right.
Both of those last 2 are by Fanny Flagg. So.
And then we are going to do one most probably for the 10,000 Doors of January.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, that'll be in the beginning of February.
Right.
We're going to
so
do
we're going to do one for that
that's
too.
the book club. So.
Right. Okay. Vita wanted to know. Vita said that you have a Midsummer Murder Mystery on our pile of books that we were showing from our Christmas haul, and she was telling me that there is a BBC adaptation of that. Yes, I know that because the book that I have is the one and only
episode that we
saw.
She was. We paid for the book, and we were actually still in the bookstore. And maybe she was starting to read it. She's like, "I'm pretty sure we saw a TV show about this."
Yep. Okay. Soul Baby said that somebody got into her yarn and her Advent yarn and opened them all and didn't match them back up again. I have a feeling it might have been a furry something. So she wanted to know if there is anywhere where there is a record of the yarn and names to go with them. Not yet. I will do that. I just totally forgot about it, and I promise I will try and keep that in my mind long enough to actually do it. But what we'll do is we'll do a blog post that shows each of the yarns and their names so that you can see it. And
Yeah, we have the yarns, so we can just take a picture and
right.
So
So we'll make it a blog post, and you can go there and see them. Okay. All right. That is it as far as my comments.
okay.
Shall we start with what's on our heads?
Yes.
Okay. We did do this on the blog post, or not on the blog post, on the podcast introducing the new yarn, but not everybody saw that. So we just wanted to do it very quickly again. This is the Direwolf head.
Spirit Hood.
Direwolf Spirit Hood.
She calls it, that's the name on the pattern, but on Ravelry, if you search Wolf Spirit Hood, that's the actual name of it on Ravelry. We will link it again down below.
We each made one.
We made them out of our new colors to be the first fairy tale that we introduced in January was Red Riding Hood. So I am wearing red.
And I am wearing wolf. So this is the wolf.
And they're made out of worsted.
If you do this, it takes 3 full skeins of worsted yarn. But
That's red.
it's very cool.
It is, and it's very warm.
Yes.
And now that we have introduced it, we can wear them out in public. But red is got a pink base, and then it's the maroony red on top.
And look at them together.
They're
Aren't they
gorgeous
gorgeous together? They're meant to go together should you want to do something. And love them.
So they are available in all 3 bases,
And when we say all
Sock.
3 bases, yeah.
DK and Sweater Toad. So, and then we have other new yarn that we're going to show at the end of the podcast because some people don't want to see that.
Okay. All right. What should we do first?
Knitting?
Knitting. Okay.
Knitting?
How many knitting projects do you have?
I have 1. I'm working on 2, but my second one is the February yarn, so I can
Okay.
show it.
All right. I have 2, so I'll start. I am working on... Do you have the pattern? I don't have the pattern.
For the socks?
Yeah.
For your blanket? No.
The blanket, no, that's just knitting.
We are working on the Mr. Fisher socks by Kay Jones at the Bakery Bears. Is the second release of her Beatrix Potter socks. And this was our Christmas cast on that we did with Amanda, our third sister. And every year we each cast on the same pair of socks. So
I'm doing mine in Shiny Brights. This was the full-size skein that you got with the advent calendar. It is spectacular. And this
God, gorgeous.
is where I am. Okay, so I am going to do 16 repeats of this before I hit my turn for the heel turn. And I think I am on 11 right now. So there are some mistakes, but that's okay. They're my socks and I don't care. But this is how they're looking right now. I used a mini of Lollybrock for my cast on for the cuff, and it's going to be what I use for my heels and toes if I have enough. And it's going to show up much better when I have, well, when it's not completely blown out. There you go. When I have a bigger amount of it, because 2 rows at the beginning, just it's not that big a difference that it shows. So that is what I am doing right now with those. I love them. I really do. It's a 4 row pattern repeat, so it's relatively easy to memorize.
I was gonna say you do it once and you're good.
So that you can just keep going round and round. You would think, except I have multiple mistakes on mine.
You're a functioning adult.
But they're good. So yeah, so that's where I am on my socks. I love them. I think they're beautiful.
I am doing mine in our Christmas at the Hollow color.
Oh, that's good, right? That's pretty good.
Okay. This was from our 2019 Christmas collection. So I have done the 16 repeats, and I have just one more knit row, and then I'm going to start my heel, and I'm going to do Knit Pearl Hunters 2 at a time garter stitch heel in the red. It's just a red mini that we have. So.
I was just talking to Helen about this. Doing the garter stitch heel is so easy, but I put on a pair of socks the other day that had the garter stitch, and I'm like, this is not my favorite heel. I like the wrap and or the drop heel with the gusset. So I will go through the tortures of the damned of picking up those stitches and stuff. But I really like the way that heel feels. So I'm going with that.
The opposite. I actually really like the way the garter.
I'm just checking my socks because my socks are really, really comfortable today, and they're my Christmas socks from last year, and they have the heel drop.
Okay. What was I going to say? Something of vast importance.
The garter?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Sorry, cat hair. My second project that I am working on is my mini blanket. I am very sorry. I fell asleep before I finished my row last night. We just had a little behind the scenes discussion. My second knitting project, is my mini blanket. I am in the middle of a row because I fell asleep last night, and this is what it looks like.
Only those colors are gorgeous.
Stretch it out like 20 inches long. It is perfect for laying over the top of a bed or a lap blanket. That's the width of it. I cast on 250 stitches, and I am doing it, I'm going to say on a size 7.
I would say 6 or 7, yeah. Here, it's right here.
Maybe 5.
8, maybe?
8. Okay. Let's go with an 8, shall we? All right. Chow Goose, I will check and see. But these are minis that
6.
Okay. It's a 5. Okay. Doing them on a size 5. What I was looking at, I don't even know. I can't even see. My eyes are that bad. Anyway, so here, this is where I am right now. I love this so much.
So how many more colors do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4,
11.
Okay, so you got a lot more to go.
I have 11 more. This is from the Advent calendar that we got last year from Cardinal Fiber Company. And I love the way it looks. I am going to be adding our Princess Bride colors in because they are going to go beautifully with this. And I am going to be adding in most of our Advent calendar from this year. The ones that we got for this were 10 gram minis. So I'll be using half of our Advent calendar because we do ours on 20 gram minis. And but I want to keep the sizing the same. So I am going to be doing that. I'm going to be adding in our new yarns because they're going to fit in perfectly, and there are quite a few other of our minis that will work. So somebody had mentioned that with 24 it was only going to get to maybe about 24 inches, but we've got tons of colors that we can put in, so I'm not worried about not having enough colors. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It is straight garter stitch. I just knit. It's when I'm really tired and I can't follow patterns or anything like that. This is perfect. Or I'm going to take it up for when we go talk to my mom today because I don't have to think. Right. I can just knit straight through. So it's perfect for that. Anyway, so that's what that is.
Okay.
All right. Next.
Cross stitch?
Cross stitch. Okay. Oh, before we leave knitting, do you want to tell what you are wearing? Because I'm sure we're going to get a question about it.
Yeah. I'm wearing the Blur shawl. It's crocheted. It was a sample crocheted for us. It's out of all our boho colorways.
It is so gorgeous.
It is. It's by Addie Day Designs, the pattern. And I call it the crochet fade. And I love the shawl. It's a great big huge comfy shawl.
So pretty.
It is, and it Hides the fact that I'm just wearing like a Henley shirt. So.
I'm wearing a stripy shirt and I don't care. Cross stitch. I have a finish, so I get to go first because I finished something. I don't have it fully finished yet, but I have a finish. This is Winter Row by Bent Creek. That is what it looks like. Some of these, like that and the hat, are buttons that you could purchase separately. I did not. There it is.
Oh, so you don't cross stitch the hats? Okay.
No,
I
you
see.
don't.
Okay.
They're buttons that you sew
Okay.
on.
It's still very good. I love it.
Oh, I love it so much. I actually like it without.
Yeah.
So that is what it looks like. I switched out the colors pretty much completely.
You will do a blog post and say what you did.
Yes. However, the big thing I did was they used black for the letters and I used Ladybug Red, and I just love it.
Because we figured the black wasn't going to show up on the fabric very well.
Right.
So.
And
Though it does.
the brown
But
is...
actually, no, I think the red pops best.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. We held them both up to see, and we decided that we really liked red and white.
Yeah.
And so that's what it looks like now. So I'm going to, I don't know, do something with it. I'm not sure what, but I will do something with it and get it ready to go because this is perfect to transition from Christmas into spring. We now have something snowman.
Yeah.
And I finished something. I had such a good time doing this. I really did because the letters go so fast that you can actually get something done and you feel really good about finishing stuff.
She's
on
got
it.
really cute snowmen too.
They are. They're neat.
Yeah.
You know, so I had a good time doing this. I like this.
So you have to get the other seasons.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing the other ones.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've got everything.
Yeah.
And I like this long thin. It was a lot of fun. So that's my finish.
So 2020 is my year of focus. So I am trying to just work on a couple things and get them done rather than flitting all over the place. So the two things that I am working on right now. First one. I started this for Stitch Mania. And it was one of my very, very small starts for Stitch Mania in 2019.
When she says small start, she means that she
I
stitched
put a
like,
stitch.
right? Not that it's a small thing.
Right. Oh, yeah. So it is Cinderella by the Little Stitcher. She is on Etsy.
Can I just say we love the Little Stitcher? We
Yeah.
have so many of her patterns.
So what I had done was this little pumpkin up here. Right there. That was my start for Stitch Mania. And then I was putting my stuff away, which is unheard of. And I found this and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna work on this one.
It's really quite fitting with the
Yeah.
whole fairy tale thing.
So that I have been working on this since we last podcast, and look how much I've got done.
Okay, here. Can I hold it up?
Yeah.
Okay. So, because you have to see. Can you see the mouse?
Yes.
Look at the mouse. And then you have Cinderella, and then look at her dress.
Her dress is so pretty.
Oh my God! Look at the intricacies of her dress.
Yeah.
Does she have a head?
She does.
Oh, okay.
I
It's
just
not
haven't-
just the dress.
No, I just haven't put her head on.
Okay. Oh, look. There's her shoe.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the white doesn't show up that great, but especially on the camera, but you can see it.
Oh, it's so pretty. I love the colors.
Yeah.
What's going in here?
White. So I just have to get the white in of her dress, and then
There's gonna be white right.
her face. But she doesn't get a face. She gets a face but no features.
Oh, okay.
So I will have to decide whether I will give her eyes or not. So,
Really, really, really
Yeah.
pretty.
but I love it.
I love the color of the fabric too.
Yeah, it was Picture This Plus I think I've lost the tag that I got.
Do you know what, is that 18 count?
It's 18 count Ada.
You were
Really?
about to lose your needle.
All the people who have given me needle minders are sitting there.
What do I have to do?
They're on other projects, so I have to transfer it over. So
Picture this plus.
Picture this plus 18 count Ada. It is nice, soft Ada. I really don't mind working on it at all.
No, it's beautiful.
So, except the 18 is small.
Okay, so one of my projects, I'm working on 18 count too, and I was just saying today that it's
Especially once, I think once they dye it and work with it and get it wet and then it dries again, I think it gets small. It shrinks even more, so that it's even smaller than like an 18 count. It's fine, but on my next project, that's a daylight project. So.
All right, you want to show your next one because I have 3, so that just show yours and then I'll show mine.
Okay. What did I do? I've lost it now.
What,
There
the
it is.
needle?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So my next project is my spring moon, which I did show last podcast. That was like this is gonna be my big thing that I finish. So it's the spring moon by Alessandra Adelaide. So I'm doing this on a dark Ada so that it's.
Is this 18 count or 16 count?
No, it's 18. I think I saw the tag, yeah. 18 count, it's Barnwood is the color by Picture This Plus. Look at how pretty it looks. It is so worth it.
Oh my God, the intricacies of this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I had just like this little section here done last time, so I've come all the way down here. And then I've started coming, and I'm starting to come down and around because this is the last here. So
That's the point of the moon, and then
so
okay.
I've got that, and now I'm starting to come down to do this. So I'm about here.
Oh, this is beautiful.
I love how it's coming out. I see it being a pillow. I might find a quote about the moon or something that I embroider here.
Oh, that would be pretty.
I'll have to see once it's done
That would
whether
be
I want to
really
add to it or
pretty,
not.
yeah.
But I thought that might be a really cool pillow to have like a nice quote about the moon in here. So,
Oh yeah.
so I work on this in the morning when I'm wide awake and daylight and everything. But I love it.
Yeah, if you sit at the kitchen table, the sunlight just streams
Yeah.
in and it's perfect. I have to start doing that because I was working in my room, and my room is a little bit more shady and a little bit more difficult to see.
Yeah.
There you go. That is beautiful. All right, 2020 is my year of finishing things. So I started 3 new projects. And not only did I start 3 new projects, I started 3 new big projects. My first one is this is Owl Forest Embroidery, the New Year sampler.
They just came out with the Enchanted Forest that I want so badly. But they only do it as a kit. I just can't justify the kit from Russia. Oh, it's so pretty. And I messaged them to see if they were doing it as a PDF, and she said no.
Oh, really? She got back to you? Okay. All right. I am doing this on fabric that I won from Fortnite Fabrics. They're the guys from Married with Stitches, and they are now dyeing fabric and selling it. And they had a giveaway, and I actually won it. But this is how far I am. So I have started in the top
those colors.
right-hand corner, and I like to work right to left and top to bottom. So that's the way I like to go. But that is as far as I've gotten on this one. So this is going to be a while, but that's okay because it is really worth it. Love this. And then my second one is also, this one is, sorry, I do it from my iPad, and this is from Just Cross Stitch magazine from 2017. This is the Woodland Sampler. And Just Cross Stitch has one big thing that they do over several issues, and this was the one from 2017. So this is where I am. We joined Just Cross Stitch and got the digital issues so that we have the back library that we can go through.
Oh, look at you.
But this is where I am with that one.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. It's really pretty. I am doing, this is on 16 count, Ada, so this is a lot easier for me to do.
This is 18?
That's the 18 count.
Okay.
This is 16 count. So this one I don't have nearly as much problems with. Also, that one, that's the one that I was talking about this morning where I said that I was having problems with it. I have to do that in the kitchen.
Okay.
But also the designs are a lot more intricate. It's not just, you know, straight lines going across.
Yeah.
Even though the straight lines make a really pretty tree, it's still just straight lines. This is more...
It's more like my moon where you're doing curlicues and
Right.
that kind of thing, yeah.
Right. So I love this. I love these colors. These are the colors that are going with it. It's a jumbled mess, but those are the colors. And I just, oh, I think it's so, so pretty. For these two, I did exactly what it called for, except for one color on the New Year one. I realized that I needed another color after we had gone, because both of these call for DMC. So I got all the DMC flosses, and that one called for something that I realized afterwards. But I found a gold that I actually really love. So there's one substitution on that. But these two both are using DMC.
Well, neither of them have like big splotches
No.
of color where the variegation would.
Right, no,
Shower
DMC is perfect for this type because each of the pieces is so small that using fancy floss or hand-dyed floss is really kind of wasteful because you're spending so much money and you're not going to get any of the variegation
Right.
on it. Okay, and my third start is Red Riding Hood by...
Primitive hair.
The Primitive Hair. See, I'm trying to get it so that it's not blown out. But that is my third start. This one calls for 4 colors. We have black, brown, scarlet, and white.
Makes life easy.
Yes, it does. I am switching out colors for this because we didn't have it. I don't think I'm using anything.
DMC?
No, she calls for 2 DMCs and 2
Gentle Arts.
Gentle Arts.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so this is the pattern, and I'm starting up here. And this is what I've gotten done so far. Not very much. However,
Looks gorgeous against the green.
it does. I am doing this in Garden Gate, and we need to order a whole bunch of Garden Gate because I'm pretty much used up what we have left, and I need to do a lot more.
Yeah.
So I have to place an order with the Fat
We
Quarter
were
Shop.
just on there.
Oh, I didn't even think.
Yeah.
We just got a
placed
book.
an order. Oh, well. Okay.
All right. The fabric is Color and Cotton. They have a fabric of the month. I saw it in one of the feeds. Somebody was asking about fabric of the month and whether anybody had suggestions for it. We are doing Color and Cotton, and you can pick linen or Ada and what count Ada and that sort of thing. And she is really, really nice to work with because we've gotten a couple of things where we had to get in touch with her. She was fantastic. So this is 16 count in cucumber. And this was January's color, maybe?
I don't know.
January, maybe January. Anyway.
Actually, I don't think we've gotten January yet.
All right, so maybe December?
Yeah.
It was one of the last ones we got, but it's cucumber. It's a green. It's very cool. So that's where I am on that. So those are my 3 brand new starts because why not? Okay, we are about to run out.
And then she sent me a Prairie School sampler that she wants to get too.
Oh. We're not doing that because we're not buying anything. It's the year of no buying and finishing. So, but I have it saved so that I know where to go to get it. I have a dog breathe heavily on you. All right. That is it for cross stitch.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to quilting.
Yeah. Do you have it?
I do. I have a finish.
Okay, right, but it's just finish this week.
I finished my quilt. Oh my God, I love this. All right, here we go. Like this. Okay.
Watch out. Rest it.
So this is my quilt. I have no idea what the fabric is.
It's the Christmas,
Jolly
the
Christmas?
Swell Christmas or something.
Okay.
It was
I'll look it up.
It was a Moda Christmas bundle.
We got a jelly roll of it.
Yeah.
I'll link it. We'll put it in the links down below.
Yeah.
I'll look it up on our order. But oh my goodness, I love my quilt.
It's the Jelly Roll Twist pattern by
Okay.
Fat Quarter Shop.
I actually had the here we go. So that's the pattern,
It's a free pattern on Fat Quarter Shop,
and
there's a video to go with it to show you how to do it. But oh my God,
so
it looks
the red and white
fantastic.
polka dots squares are just regular fabric that we had from Joann's. My backing is a Christmas fabric that we got from Joann's, and I did,
like 80% off because we did it after Christmas.
yeah, I did the binding in the same fabric. I am so happy with my quilt.
She hasn't
love
been able
this.
to put it out because we've been waiting to podcast so she can show it.
I know. For my quilting, what I did was I just stitched straight down and straight across the blocks. I didn't do anything else. I didn't do free arm quilting or down and amongst all those things. I started to and got bored really fast and decided I was just going to do the blocks, and that was going to be it.
It was a frustrating day because nothing was going right for me. So that my mood was starting to wear off on Mary Beth.
Well, also, that was one of the things we talked about when we were making them. I love putting the quilt tops together. I love piecing everything, and then I don't want to do it anymore.
Well,
I don't want to do any of the other part.
Well, it's the quilting and the binding. I have zero interest really in hand quilting.
Nope.
We do not have the long arm quilter or anything like that to quilt a big thing. And I don't need all the fancy stitches or
No.
anything like that. And it's true. It's what I love to do is piece the quilt together. So we just need to get a list of resources for people who do the long arm quilting because I don't mind sending it out. Because,
No, not at all.
It's just, whether my finances allow it.
Right.
So
But hopefully what we'll be able to do is to find somebody so that we can send them all the pieces, the top, what we're using for the middle, because instead of using batting, what we do is use flannel.
yeah.
And then the backing material, and just send them everything and have them send me back a finished quilt.
Right.
Which is what I want. Because my fun part is putting together all the pieces to make the top. That's what I love. After that, absolutely no interest in it
It's
whatsoever.
all very fiddly. And especially when you're dealing big.
Yeah. Mine is a twin size quilt, so that it's perfect for my twin bed, but with Helen's is a queen size quilt, and it just no.
Mine is basted. I haven't quilted yet. So mine is the Bramble Jelly Roll.
But here you can see what I'm talking about. You can see the middle piece is just
Flannel.
a piece of thin flannel.
Yeah.
It's not heavy, but it's absolutely perfect because it's really, really warm.
And it's cotton, so.
Right. Okay, how's this going? Okay. Okay, like that. All right.
So it's the Bramble Jelly Roll by Moda.
All of this just fell on top of Drew. She's not sure what happened.
And so I put all my pieces together, and then it wasn't going to be big enough for my quilt, so I added the green border.
Which I really love because
So do I, yeah.
I think it adds a little bit of warmth to the quilt. I think before, when it was just the blacks and the reds and the grays, it was kind of
It was
cool.
cold, yeah.
And then the green brings in the warmth because there's a lot of yellow in that green.
I also like a border on a quilt,
So do I.
because it just
It
really
really offsets
highlights
this.
the middle part.
Yeah.
The Jelly Roll twist part. I will quilt it the same way Mary Beth did, just straight across. And my backing is, again, fabric that we got from Joann's. It was on sale. I had some significant math issues.
She had so much fabric put together.
Oh my god, I had so many problems figuring out the backing and the flannel size.
I told her by the time we were done, I'm like, you are not allowed to do math by yourself anymore.
Oh my god. And I knew it was wrong, that it just seemed wrong, but I just went ahead because, you know, I know. I had such a huge piece of fabric because we had bought 5 yards of the backing, which we figured was going to be plenty.
And then she comes and she's like, I don't have enough fabric.
I'm like, I need 8 more yards of fabric, Mary Beth. And she jumped right on board with it. She's like, oh, okay. So then I figured it out.
Can I point out that she used to be a CFO and I just, think,
I was
okay.
just having problems that day with everything. So I pieced this massive thing together.
It was so big.
Come on, I'm like, Mary Beth, this is not right.
This does not match this.
It was 4 times the size of the quilt. So
Literally.
I ripped it all out, and I got my backing together. I had to rip it out because the selvage was showing. I was having problems that day. See, Drew remembers.
Drew knows.
It's traumatic. So I got it basted, and that was it. That was the limit. I knew that the frustration of trying to run this thing through our machines was not for me that day. So I will quilt it this weekend, and
It's
and bind it.
beautiful.
I love it. I can't wait to put it on my bed.
Yeah, no, me neither.
It's a winter, and it's perfect for winter. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be.
With all the complaining and everything, I'm loving the quilting, and if I have to quilt it myself, I will, because as we were talking about it, most of the time we're not gonna be able to afford to send it out anyway.
Well, we don't know. We're gonna see. We're
We'll
gonna
just
see how
have
it is.
a stockpile of quilt tops waiting to be quilted.
So, speaking about quilts, here, let me get a little bit closer, like really in your face. Speaking of quilts, we want to continue. Now that I've finished one, it's like,
We are master quilters.
that's it. So we're going to be whipping these babies out. So what we want to do is we want to start to quilt along. We're going to do it over on Crafting with the Toads, the Facebook page.
I said to Mary Beth this morning, I'm like, I want to join a quilt block of the month thing. She's like, why? I'm like, because I want to do a quilt block a month. So then she pointed out that we have several books that we have spent money on, and maybe we should use those
And then we ordered another one.
because they weren't enough. But we have both chosen a quilt.
Oh, so here, this was, I'm sorry, but this was the
Okay.
reason I said to her, why are we going to join a Quilt of the Month? Because I've seen a bunch of different Quilt of the Months. I don't particularly like the blocks that they're doing.
Right.
So I figured, why are we going to join somebody and pay for blocks for something that I don't really like? So instead, we have books that we have chosen because we like the quilts that come
and we
from
have
them.
more than enough scraps.
So that,
fabric.
right, so why not do that instead? And we spent a good portion of a couple of days last week sorting out scraps into colors.
Yeah.
So that we now have them basically sorted into color blocks so that you need red, we've got a red box, you know,
Right.
that kind of thing. We did one box of quilt scraps. There's several others that we have to go through. But now that we have it settled,
I was gonna say you have to go through those drawers and empty them, and then you'll sort through the rest of them. So
okay, so what we decided to do was that we were going to do quilt blocks ourselves.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead.
So we have the Lori Holt Farm Girl Vintage book. So I went through this one and I chose to do the one on the cover, which is a sampler. So it's one of each of the blocks that's in the book. And what it is it's 48 blocks. So what I'm going to do is I will do a block a week. Don't hold me to this. You know how we are when we do these things. But I'm going to try, do a block a week, and that'll get me done, you know, mid-November-ish, and that'll give me the rest of the time to,
Right.
not mid-November,
End of November.
end of November. But it'll give me time to do the sashings, because there's borders in between, and put it together so that by the end of December, I have a finished quilt. As Maribeth pointed out, I adore her colors. I adore everything about this. We have had this for a little bit of time. And this is a life goal of mine.
Yep.
I would like a bathtub full of quilts, please.
In those colors.
I live in a house that does not have one single bathtub in it. However, I will go buy a cast iron bathtub
Yep, to hold my quilts.
so that I can have a bathtub full of quilts in it. So that is the plan. So if you would like to come join us, you may do one of these. Pick any quilt where you're doing blocks.
You don't have to do what we're doing.
You don't
Do
have
the
to
ones
do
that
it.
you like.
Just come cheer us on. We will put up our blocks as we finish them. So it is the third week of January? Second week of January?
Second
Week of January. So we're already behind. So it's
That's pretty
cool.
much on par. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going
So
to
by
work.
next podcast, sorry, we'll have 3 blocks.
Okay. I'm working on Quilty Fun, again by Lori Holt. And I am not going to do it by block. I'm going to do it by row. There are 13 rows in this quilt. So, but some of them, like this, is very small squares, but once you have the squares cut out, it's not piecing or anything, it's just sewing them together. It's a piece of cake. And like the chevron, that's going to be really easy to do. So some of them are going to be much easier than others. I am going to work on this. And hopefully by the end of the year, I will have this quilt finished. That is my goal. So I'm going to try and do 1 row a week. And some weeks, hopefully, I will get 2 rows done because I do know that there are a couple of weeks in, you know, April and May that are kind of big and important and
We may not get the quilt done.
busy. But we're going to try.
Look at that.
Oh my God. You just want to, all right, everybody stop. We're going to go do that now.
Because I'm going to get a crib too. And I'm going to make a crib full of quilts.
So we're going to have a
I'm not
bathtub?
going to have a child in it. So
Right.
really,
Oh my God.
that's not happening.
But so it's going to be, you know, or you know, we could just go for that and have a pie scene full of. We're gonna have. We better get started because
Because then also, like, she has the quilt that's all the chickens. Because I was thinking about doing one of those, but then I thought, you know what, for something where I'm doing a quilt of the month or, you know, block of the month or block of the week or whatever, I want it to be different so then I'm not doing all the same blocks, even if I am changing fabrics out. So I thought the sampler was perfect.
the sampler is perfect. And also, you're going to be getting lots of practice
Piecing practice.
piecing things together.
So,
I started doing some of them.
yeah.
But I think I was doing 6-inch blocks. And are you going to do 6-inch or 12-inch?
I have to figure it out.
Okay.
48, 12-inch blocks.
What is it? How is it? 6 by 8? Look on the front.
Yes, 6x8.
Okay, so 6 times 12 is 72 inches across, taking out,
Yeah, so I'm probably
Half
I'll
inch.
do the 12-inch. Yeah.
yeah, because you're taking out for seaming
6
and
inch
everything.
is going to be way too small. Yeah.
Okay,
So
then
12
those
inch.
aren't any good. Mine aren't going to help you because mine
Yeah.
are 6 inch. All right,
So that is our quilting.
yep. I'm kind of excited about this.
I'm very excited about it, and we have our weekend coming up, so we will get working on them.
Right. Okay, so that is our quilting.
Yes.
All right,
think
those
we
are
are-
our makes right now.
Yeah, we are down to the shop update. That's about it.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what you're reading right now before we go into the shop update? We are both reading the 10,000 Doors of January.
Which we've hit our first week. We have it broken out by week, what we're reading week by week, or at least what we're discussing week by week on
Right.
the Facebook page. So that discussion is up for the first week. We both enjoyed the book. very
Yes,
much.
I am really, really liking it.
I am to a point where they better fix things very quickly, otherwise the book's going in the freezer. So Mary's way ahead of me. That's why she's looking at me. Really, really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I just finished the Girl in Red by Christina Henry. That was an Audible. That was a really good Audible production because I have problems with the book itself, but I kept going back. I wanted to find out what was happening, and the audio was very well done.
Yeah, I liked it a lot too.
I think we're going to do, because it's a retelling of Red Riding Hood, so that fits in with our Red Riding Hood month of fairy tales. So we may do, I think we're going to do a blog post
Right.
with our reviews on it, so I'll save my issues with the book. And I am now reading, what am I reading? The City Girls,
Guide to Country Living.
City Baker's Guide to Country Living, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
And that's just a light, fun.
It is fun. It's just like a chick lit.
Comfy, cozy kind of thing. So, and I started the Once Upon a River, but I'm really not in enough.
Oh yeah, I haven't gotten far enough in that to do it. I am reading A Quiet Life in the Country, a Lady Hardcastle Mystery, Book 1. It is by T.E. Kinsey. I'm listening to that on on Audible, and I'm really enjoying that quite a bit. But again, light English cozy mystery, so
Okay.
it's fun. And as I said, I finished Redbird for Christmas, and I loved that. I loved it so much. Both of us loved it. Cannot recommend that one enough.
No.
So if you have not done that yet, that's by Fanny Flagg, and if you are doing it on Audible, she reads it.
So good.
It's so well done. Really, really well done. And then I'm reading the 10,000 Doors. So those are our books.
Watching?
As far as watching, we have blown through season 3 of Mrs. Maisel. We loved that. That was
really good.
really good. We did the Dublin Murder Squad. That was interesting. After the first episode, we both were kind of, should we finish it or not? But my brother loved it so much, so we decided to give it a second go, and I'm very glad we did because I did enjoy it very much. And then we did...
We're doing Spinning Out right now on Netflix.
Oh, right, that's skating. Boy, is that drama. We're watching it for Johnny Weir because A, the man can skate, and B, the man knows drama. He does it very well. We did season 3 of Good Karma Hospital.
Yes.
That's another British show that we like. So we did season 3 of that. That was fun. I'm trying to think. Didn't we do... Why Women Kill, but we talked about that on one of the earlier episodes. So we finished those. So those are... We had... After Christmas, we had a couple of days where we just did a lot of stitching and watching,
binge watching TV.
fun TV. So yeah, that's what we've been doing. Okay, I'm trying to think. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
We have new colors. Shop update. So
So if you're interested in our yarn, we're going to go into that now. And then after that...
That's it. Okay. Losing the thread.
Yep. Been going too long. Okay. Go ahead. Here we go.
Okay. So at the beginning of the month, we did Red Riding Hood. And each month we are going to introduce a new specific fairy tale that will have yarn
to go with it.
So we have Red and the Wolf.
And that's January's colors.
And then as we go throughout the year, we will add general fairy tale colors.
Right.
Things like Once Upon a Time.
So this one, we wanted to do a purpley, but then we wanted it to almost look like you were writing Once Upon a Time with the gold.
With the gold leaf scrolly letters.
Because if you think about the beginning of fairy tales, you have the first letter of O for once is like the gold leaf type of thing.
Bigger.
So that's why it's got the gold swirls going through it and little speckles of brown. So that was the reasoning behind that.
So these are available in the shop now. Once the podcast uploads, they will be available, and on all 3 bases.
Right.
They're ready to ship and fingering. So if you order the other bases, we will dye them right away, but it'll take a couple days.
Right. Okay. So Once Upon a Time.
Every heroine needs a sidekick, because everybody needs their trusty sidekick.
Every good fairy tale has a funny sidekick.
Right.
So this
Free
is
Disney. Oh.
So this is our every heroine needs a sidekick.
This Mary Beth died, and she came upstairs and she said to me, "I think this may be my favorite skein ever."
So much. I love it so much.
Ever. So she sailed away to sea.
She sailed across the ocean.
She sailed across the ocean. So, it's just blues with just a little bit of green.
Oh,
It is gorgeous.
I love this. It's so pretty. This is one of my favorite things I've ever dyed. Oh my God, I just love this so much. So she sailed across the ocean.
They rode off into the sunset, because they always ride off into the sunset.
Oh, look at that.
So this
All
is
the pinks,
kind of blown out, but it's got a very
oranges.
light yellow base, and then all the colors of the sunset, with just a little bit of gray for clouds.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Love it.
And you can't have a fairy tale unless
You can't have Once Upon a Time without.
happily ever after.
There you go.
So we wanted it to be pink and then just confetti. So pink with all the colors.
So here you go. This is our first fairy tale collection. That's what it looks like.
So those are the full skeins.
Here, can you take like the first 2? All right, so here, because the happily ever after is getting lost. All right, so that's what they look like together. So those are the full skeins.
And then there are mini skein kits for this collection. So
They are now available as well.
Right.
Oh, that's perfect.
So you get 5 20-gram minis. So all the fairy tales are available now. Portion of our proceeds are going to be donated to help with the wildlife for the Australian fires, which are just, devastating. And I just, no.
We're not,
Yeah.
we can't even talk about it.
And then also, starting in January, both on Etsy and in our shop, there is free domestic shipping on all orders over $35. So.
Okay, and I did want to say that next week we will have our second Toadstails. So that will be coming up on our next podcast. We will be showing that.
So, yep. My Beth's been working on the tail, and we're going to dye up the yarn next week.
Yep.
And hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to have a bag update next week.
Yes.
So.
Yes, hopefully. All right, so we are good.
We are good.
We hope you have a wonderful week. Make something beautiful.
Yes.
And we will see you next week.
Yeah. Go forth and create, everybody.
Yeah.